Hello, hello. It is I, back again. In record time, only 6 days since I last streamed, and not, a month. Hog indeed. Hello, Moy Buck. How are you? I hope well. Awful? Damn. We'll get him next time. I'm sad. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's life sometimes. Honestly, I'm not doing too great myself. So I didn't stream for the days before, during, and after the 4th of July because in years past, it sounds like a war zone where I live. Because I, live in the middle of... It's a small town, but, other people. And then the 4th of July comes around, and it's just explosions from, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. for, the week before the 4th of July. It reaches an apex on the 4th of July where it's just, all day. And then the week after the 4th of July, it slowly peters out. It's 2 weeks straight, the 4th of July is where I live. Except not this year. In years past, it was that way. But this year was kind of just day before, day of, day after. Really weird. And it also wasn't nearly as chaotic. As soon as midnight struck, stopped. I don't know what happened. The magic is gone, I guess. I wouldn't know what the local youth population looks like, but I know adults like to light fireworks and stuff too, but I think most families are more inclined to do that when they are a family and have kids. So there was some people that were just doing it for fun, but myself, obviously, I'm no longer a kid, and all the kids that were in the neighborhood with me growing up are also not kids anymore. And there is a new generation of kids where I live now. It's just maybe there's a lot less. I don't know, man. But the day after the 4th, the 5th, I was like, oh, I guess we're not doing the thing where it's just going to be constant explosions throughout the night. Maybe I will stream. Maybe I don't have to worry so much about just constant noise in the background as I'm trying to play a game. And then I got sick. I got sick for 3 days. Not anything real bad, just a really dedicated migraine. One of the worst I've probably ever had, but I lived. Bitch. I'm still here. My head still kind of hurts a little bit, but I'm fine. I went on a bike ride this morning and almost died because of wind. There was a really loud flash storm the other day. Hello, the void. And there was oddly no wind, so I'm sorry that you took the wind from my local storm. That's how that works. Hello, detective. Reminds me of the time when there was fireworks going on extremely loud, but I was sound asleep anyway. Oh, I envy you. What, do they have crowns? I don't know, dude. I don't know if it says it on your end, but on my end it says that those are my top fans, quote unquote. And I assume that just means who sends the most messages in chat. And the current standing is Moibach, number 1, Void, number 2, and Detective 158, number 3. And I think that's just for this chat room. So, I don't know. It's a weird thing they added, like, literally a couple days ago. The last time I streamed it was there as well. I'm gonna spam now. I discourage spamming, but also I'm a small streamer, and you're gonna lose interest in, like, 5 minutes. If you guys want to fight for the crowns, I won't argue with the engagement. But, yeah, I hate to say it, especially because it could trigger some war flashbacks, but I have an issue right now where I can't hear the game, but it is coming through in Streamlabs. Like, if I unmute it here, you guys can hear that, right? I can't. This is arguably less important for me to hear the game than Lego Island would have been, because Lego Island I was completely playing it blind. This is just Pokemon. I'm missing Pokemon music and sound effects. Those are the main things that I'm not going to hear if I play without sound. So worst comes to worst, if I can't fix this in like the next 3 minutes, I'll just go without sound. But that's the main thing I'm trying to do right now, just to give you a peek behind the curtain. I like how I can literally not touch anything in my recording setup, and then the next time I stream, it's broken. Pokemon sucks. I wish they would make good Pokemon games. They should make a sequel to XD Gale of Darkness and the one that I actually played, Pokemon Coliseum. They gotta do that. I say when I haven't played Gale of Darkness. I should probably play that first, and then I can be like, oh, they should make a third game. But yeah, I'm just gonna shoot the shit for a little bit longer while I try to poke around at this. Sorry for the delay. No clue what could be wrong, but find out. That doesn't clear it up. I have no clue. Weird. What's this? By the way, Pikmin 3 Deluxe finally works on Switch 2. I saw a video about that from somebody. You're so correct, bestie. They updated it. It was like one of the first updates they did for the Switch 2, is they made that game as well as a few others work. Speaking of Pikmin, one of my favorite streamers, you know, your streamer's favorite streamer, Vinny Vinesauce, recently did a Lethal Company mod that adds Pikmin. And I know my chat room has a huge bias for Pikmin. I wonder why. It's not like it's the only video I've made and edited so far. But yeah. Yeah, Lethalman, that's what it's called. I didn't watch that entire stream VOD of his, but I skimmed it a little bit just to see what it was like, because I was like, a Lethal Company mod that adds Pikmin, what the fuck? And I skimmed it a little bit, and I was like, you know what, this actually kind of looks goated. You see Pikmin equal neuron activation? Nice. Based. Yeah, I am unsure why on earth. Let me try one thing real here. Here. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna play this stream without sound, and I will figure this out on my own time. Like I said, it's just Pokemon. This game, I will lament not being able to hear myself, if it means that things can actually progress, but we're not gonna lollygag too much more. So here is the screen. Excellent timing. I think it just looped the menu screen. Hell yeah. Here's the audio. You guys can hear it, but I can't. If it's too loud, you're really gonna have to tell me to turn it down or up or whatever. I think it, judging by the bars, I feel like it could maybe be a little louder. Yeah, I turned it up a little bit. Tell me if that blew out your ears or not. You better tell me soon, or else you're gonna get permanent hearing damage. And I'm gonna try one thing real quick here. And see if this changes anything in a strictly positive direction, or if I should need to immediately undo it. Let's see here. That did not steal away the audio output from you guys, as far as I can tell, which is good, but also did not solve the problem. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. I guess I'm just gonna have to live without being able to hear the game, but again, for the, I think, third and final time, I don't want to beat it too much to death, but it's fucking Pokemon, dude. I don't need to hear the audio. My PC is cursed to forever have audio issues. Yeah, dude, it's the fucking curse of the mummy, dude. Pharaoh's curse, and then I turn to dust. Alright, I don't know what's going on here. For anyone slightly more technically savvy than me, I tried to just directly output the my capture card's audio directly into my headphones, and that changed absolutely nothing, so I don't know. I cannot tell you. I got no clue. No clue at all, so I'm just gonna move on. Anyway, when I booted this game up shortly before starting the stream, I completely forgotten that you play this entire game with one Joy-Con, so I'm gonna have to relearn that oddity all over again. Continue my adventure? Nah, I'd like to delete my save, please. Thanks. Anyway, fucking, where were we? We beat Brock? Is that what I saw? Before I loaded up my save and legitimately ignored it otherwise? Took in no information at all? I think that's what it said. I don't know where I would check that. Pokedex? Where's my badges? I watch any of Pat Mac's videos. There is a very high chance I am subscribed to Pat Mac. But I have not watched any of their stuff recently, and as such, I don't know who you're talking about. I think one of the last times I made a comment about this, I said I was subscribed to over 900 channels. I looked, it's like 1,020. It's only gotten worse. So, maybe? Or does Pat Mac do, like, audio or technical streaming stuff or whatever? I've shopped around. I've got my fair share of those things that I've investigated, and you can bet your sweet bippy that I only skimmed them to solve whatever problem I had in the immediate instance of me finding the video, and then I just left. And chances are I probably didn't even solve the problem because I'm an idiot. So anyway, here, oh, Meowth. Are you kidding me? Literally part of catching Pokemon, one of the things you can do to make it very likely that you'll succeed is you put them to sleep. Like that motherfucker. He's a sitting duck. Cat. He's a sitting cat. It's Best Girl and Jessie. Once again, I hope you guys don't expect me to read the text aloud, because I would have to try and do it in their voices, and I can do a mediocre James at best, and you don't want to hear me try and sound like Jessie, so we're just gonna, you know. Oh, that's why there was a Meowth outside. Yeah, literally Detective just said that was Team Rocket's Meowth sleeping. Ah, good sleuth work there, my friend. I will, however, voice Meowth. Meow! There we go. I don't have any fossils. Sorry to say, lads. Meowth, you gonna... Yep. Alright, very good. Ah, Zubat! Medicine pocket. I should get a pocket strictly for medicine. Fight me, child. I will best you in the Ring of Honor. Butterfree. Jolteon. Of course. Ooh, I'm 6 levels up on you, dude. I'm almost twice your level. Rough. What's the 2 little green men icon? I guess they're just white silhouettes of, like, board game pieces inside of a green circle. They themselves are not green. What's that? I don't know what that is. We're gonna kill the hell out of this butterfly with electricity. Hell yeah. Level 14. Jolteon's even closer to drinking age. Crazy, you can attack anyone with 2 Pokemon if you do multiplayer. Oh! I think I get this. I get the gimmick. If I were to take my other Joy-Con, I could do multiplayer with myself. Is that what I'm hearing? One of the plus sides of this game being controlled with just 1 Joy-Con, I guess, is that it's like... if it took 2 Joy-Con, then you'd need 4 to do multiplayer. But you only need the regular pair of 2. If you, you know, have that much fewer controls. I mean, I guess it makes sense not to have the entire controller in use for a Pokemon game. Because, like, the original Pokemon was on the Game Boy, and that just had a stick and I think 2 face buttons. Not a stick, a D-pad, but like a D-pad is like ye old stick, so. This controller, just 1 Joy-Con, is a full analog stick and 4 buttons. That's more than you need. Small rock with arms. In case you didn't know, you can solo this entire game with Pikachu / Eevee because they gave them powerful exclusive moves and massively flips. Yeah, I know. Thank you for the tutorial on how to catch Pokemon when I've definitely already caught a couple Pokemon. Alright, guys. Nope, yeah, this is gonna be bad. Try again. That circle was way too big, but at least I threw it straight. Yeah, no, I know one of the, why do I hate Yellow Rat? I don't. The thumbnail, the point of the clickbait title is, so when I see that you're new here. Hello, protagonist Jalen. My regular viewers already know this story, but just for you, I'll retell it real quick. When these games first came out, my friend, who was a much bigger fan of Pokemon than I am, he wanted to do this cute thing where we'd both get one version of the game. One of us would get Pikachu, the other would get Eevee, and then we'd, like, trade the exclusives, and we'd play through the whole game, and then we'd battle each other. It'd be fun. So, being the nice friend that I am, even though we both prefer Eevee over Pikachu, I was like, you can have Eevee. I'll get Let's Go Pikachu. And then he played that entire game, in one of the prior times I streamed this game. And by one of the prior times, I mean, I think last time, he was in chat and he even said, yeah, I 100% of the game, I completed the Pokedex and everything. I never played it. I bought it, and this is the second time I've played it, and the first time was my first stream of this game. So here we are, playing Let's Go Pikachu, and, you know, I do partially regret not having just purchased Let's Go Eevee. Because this is the digital version of the game. I didn't even get a physical game card. I was like, yeah, I'll just get it digitally. It's like, if I wasn't even gonna play it at the time, like, first of all, why buy it? And second of all, get the version that I would have cared for more. But now, here I am with the yellow rat. My, if it isn't the consequences of my actions. Yeah, that's the whole story behind that. There's really not much more to it. I don't hate Pikachu. I just prefer Eevee. I thought Pikachu was... When I was younger, I was probably more on Team Pikachu, but, like, you know, I got older and more based. No, I'm talking about Pikachu. Yeah, this is Jolteon. I'm talking about the fucking yellow rat that I hate. I love Jolteon. The ironic part about me saying that is Jolteon's probably... Like, I love all the evolutions, but, like, probably one of my least favorite. I 100%'d Let's Go Pikachu and actually prefer Pikachu over Eevee. I even got Mew from Pokeball Plus and Shiny Mew and Let's Go Pika. Wow! You're more powerful than I. I don't hate Pikachu, but I hate Red's Pikachu in particular for all of the shit it's given me at the end of my Gold, Silver, Crystal, and Heart Gold, Soul Silver challenge run. Yeah, just to put in perspective how much more of a fan my friend is of Pokemon than me, one time on Discord we were just shooting the shit and he was like, yeah, I'm just like speedrunning Pokemon Black right now or some shit. You want to watch? And I was like, I guess. I mean, I'm not doing anything. I don't know exactly what he was doing. I don't know if he was speedrunning it or if it was black or white. I don't remember. Memory bad, but... Conversely, prior to this, the last Pokemon game I played was probably Omega Ruby. And I didn't even finish Omega Ruby. I think I got to like the 3rd gym before my ADHD was like, ooh, something else. Out of all the modern Pokemon games, though, I feel like this is probably the last one that wasn't complete garbage. I'm definitely biased when I say that, because I haven't played Scarlet, Violet, Sword, Shield, any of those. But I've heard not great things, and I've seen not great things. This actually looks like a pretty competent remake. The character models are cute. I like the character models. I have a shiny living Dex in this game. My whole team's level 100. The team was Pikachu, Mew, Melmetal, and all Kanto starters. My god, we have a badass in our midst. Yeah, I like Pokemon, but in general, you know, outside of when I was a kid playing like Leaf Green for the first time, I don't really think the classic Pokemon formula does it for me. Instead of getting this game, I probably should have gotten Arceus, but I don't think Arceus was out when this game was out, was it? I don't remember. The game looks a little more up my speed, and then of course, Legend ZA is going to be coming out soon. Hopefully that looks better than some of the other games Game Freak has made before it. What other Pokemon do I have? There's, by default, baked-in EXP share in this game. Just have 3 Pidgeys, dude. I need to clean out this. Let's go Oddish, for no good reason. Here in Black and White speedruns, you use a Lillipup instead of your starter. Because they make the first gym super... Yeah, isn't that the game that has, like, the three amigos with the different elemental monkeys? 100% of Legends Arceus, and man, was it a lot. Yeah. I'm not a 100% kind of guy either. It doesn't help that Pokemon games typically release in pairs, and then they make some Pokemon exclusive to one game, and you can't get them in the other, so like... Either you need friends, which nobody has friends anymore, that shit's impossible, or you need to buy both games. And I sure am not doing either of those. There's shiny Mew in Let's Go Eevee as well. It's a shame you can't get Sylveon in Eevee's copy. Do you have Sylveon clothes for Eevee? Yeah. As always, I just want to say, hey, Jonathan Pokemon, please make the other types for Eevee. You know, make the other Eeveelution types. You would make so much more money by making even more $800 life-sized Eeveelution plushies. Have you guys seen those? Maybe I shouldn't tell you guys about those if you didn't already know. The 3 elemental monkeys of the apocalypse. You've heard of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Acid ain't gonna do shit, it's Grimer. I don't know what poison types are weak to. I don't know if I have anything they would be weak to. Water, maybe? I don't have water Pokemon, I have Kakuna. Maybe we'll get a new Eevee before GTA 6, Lamau. We're getting pretty much everything else before the new GTA 6, so like... I would love it if they were just like, alright guys, 2 more Eeveelution. You know how we released Glaceon and Leafeon together, and Espeon and Umbreon together, and then Sylveon by itself for some reason? We're gonna go back to releasing 2 new Eeveelutions every like 6 years. Here's your new, I don't know, rock and fighting type Eeveelutions. Look forward to the rest in the future. If you guys could choose what the next Eeveelutions type would be, what would you choose? Hope Deltarune gets finished before GTA 6 or I will cry. I doubt that. I think Deltarune is supposed to get 7 chapters and they just released 4. There is a whole year between now and when GTA 6 comes out, but... I don't know, man. Optics don't look good. I really think my entire team is countered by a poison type. And it does not help that I have 3 Pidgeys. I'm gonna have to retool my kit after this. Oh, dude, a dragon type Eeveelution would go hard. They really should have done a dragon type alongside Sylveon, because Sylveon's the fairy type, and that's like all the Pokemon types pretty much have their counterpart. And like, that's the one for fairy type. It's dragon. Why didn't they do that? Your move. We get everything before GTA 6, but I want to see a Pokemon X Madoka Magica collab. Dude, I'm still blown away. I remember playing Splatoon, the original one on the Wii U, and they did a crossover with Squid Girl. And that wasn't like a Japan exclusive crossover. Like, you could... I had the whole Squid Girl fit. And my ass lives in central North America. So I was like, holy shit, dude. The future is now. Fighting and Dragon Evolution. All of them would be hype. There's 18 Pokemon types. Even a I'm a huge proponent of a normal type evolution, which is just Eevee, but bigger. Bigger and longer. This guy uses a potion. I'm gonna fucking turn this game off. Because this is gonna take forever. Imagine they do all the other evolution types and everybody's like, wow, they're finally done. They have every single Pokemon type for an evolution. And then they release the Omni type that Arceus is evolution. There's 2 Pokemon that are every type. Arceus and an evolution. Quick attack. Get his ass. We quick attack him to death. Eevee can't have a normal type evolution? That's not true, and you know it's not true. Eevee could absolutely have a normal type evolution. Most Pokemon don't need any outside help to evolve. Maybe if you just keep preventing your Eevee from evolving into any other type of evolution, then when you get to like level 40, it's just big Eevee. Cry, nerd boy. With your Lois Griffin ass nose. I gotta go to Pokemon Center. I gotta go home. I just realized I am a small girl in a fucking dark cave with wild animals. I gotta go home. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be a Pokemon master anymore. I gotta go home. Like, my dumbass always sees Espeon and Umbreon and goes, oh yeah, you know, just like how you evolve Eevee into Flareon, you use the Fire Stone, and Vaporeon's the Water Stone. You need like a Dark Stone or like a Psychic Stone, right? No, Friendship. Friendship and Time of Day. Like, they could just pull out whatever they want to be the way that you would evolve Eevee into big evolution. First town. Ooh, item. Oh, would a normal type evolution just be would a normal type evolution just be a stable Eevee evolving because its genes wouldn't be unstable? The whole point is to make Eevee a master of element and not normal anymore. I mean, Pokemon's real big on science, right? Like, in the Pokemon world, science is a big thing. Like, they literally revive fossil Pokemon. That's like the real-life equivalent of Jurassic Park. They're like, we took the dinosaur bones and we made dinosaurs real again. And they just do that in Pokemon with fossils. It's like, there's no reason... Like, they made Mewtwo, you know? Like, there's no reason they wouldn't just be able to go one of these days in a new Pokemon installment, just go like, oh yeah, we figured out Eevee's thing, and, you know, if you go to the Polka Doctor and you give your Eevee a shot, its genes become stable and it can naturally evolve, or maybe it'll force it to evolve. I don't know, man. They gotta do something over there, Game Freak. I'm not... Let me tell you, I'm not currently planning on buying any Pokemon games. I bought this one out of the goodness of my heart with the intentions of playing it halfway with my friend, and I didn't even do that. They gotta make a Pokemon game with some features that are gonna impress me if they want my business. I can scroll in this list. What do I have? You give Eevee a mundane life and evolve it into Normion. What if normal type evolution is just really dapper? Like it has a built-in like cane and tuxedo, looking like a like a 1930s like Charlie Chaplin looking. That'd be funny. What do I got to sell? Not that I plan on it, I just want to see what I have. I do have an escape rope, okay. You always want an escape rope because if you get stuck in a cave, that shit sucks. Alright, I don't need anything from here. I'm just happy to see that they're finally allowing me to buy more shit. So when, my real question is, when do you guys think they're going to introduce the Pokemon Battle Royale? We still see it happening. Battle Royales were huge for like 4 years, and like Fortnite is still doing well. And all the big game companies, literally all of them, were like, hey, I need a piece of that action. And games still come out that are like, hey guys, we have a Battle Royale mode, and everybody's like, we don't care anymore! You think they got something cooking like that? Pokemon Battle Royale? I don't even know how that shit would work. I don't even know how that would work. Wait, can't I just change my Pokemon from here? I don't even need a PC. Right? Yeah, Pokemon box. I was gonna say, I didn't see a computer in there. I don't know what I'm doing. Look at all these fucking Rattata. And I have a girl Pikachu. Who is my only Pikachu, of course. Here we have Jolteon. Don't be confused, this is a Kakuna. The yellow pixels you see on your screen, Sandshrew. Am I interested in Legends, yeah or no? That is probably the closest I've gotten to being like, ooh, I need to buy a new modern Pokemon game, but like, we don't know enough about it for me to be like, yeah, I'm interested. So yeah, but not super. Speaking of not super, these Pokemon suck. I guess any amount of variety would be better than, you know, 3 Pidgeys. I'll keep 1 Pidgey. Nidoran? Butterfree? Level 4 Butterfree? Caterpie? You just release your Pokemon into a gladiator ring? Oh, that'll make PETA real happy. But also, fuck PETA. They don't deserve anything. I like how a company, like, on surface, PETA is like, oh yeah, dude, of course. Fair treatment of animals. Rad. And then in practice, they're just like the worst. You know when Pride Month comes around? And as soon as it ends, every big company's like, alright, get rid of the rainbow shit. I don't want that shit anymore. That's kind of what PETA does. If a video game comes out with animals in it, like, at all, they do some, like, half-hearted, like, oh, it's fucked up. This whole Pokemon fighting thing, that's fucked up, man. And then they, like, use AI art to generate that image. And it's like, you guys are fucking stupid. Could you have picked anyone who could be any less confident? I mean, competent? They're too confident, that's the problem. I talked to you, ma'am. I'm pretty sure I mugged you for everything you're worth. I thought she said she came here because there are some very real fools here. There are some very rare fools here. I'm one of them. Ladder. I thought I'd have to click on the Paris. Give me a Paris, please. Oh, that's a big jump. That was too... It's a pretty big circle. This is a baby game, though, so it's just gonna give it to me. What do you mean? This is a baby game. I got this. I fucked it up again. It's gonna give it to me this... No. Guys, please. I'm a baby. Please, just give it to me. I'm a baby. Playing a baby game. I'm heartbroken. I didn't know they could just leave. But I don't understand that Pokemon aren't real animals. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that don't understand a lot of things aren't real. My favorite is when some random fucker on 4chan is like, you can't like this anime girl. It says right here, 17. That's below 18. If you like her, you're a creep. And it's like, my friend, she's not real. And like half of every anime ever takes place in high school. With high schoolers. Like, they're gonna be less than 18. And also, like, they're not real. But then you get PETA with the fucking 60-year-old woman mentality of like, I don't understand what fiction is. That's a real animal. If it's not real, then nobody is harming anyone. Exactly. When you commission your weird Vaporeon porn... That's only wins. You get the weird porn you wanted because you're weird. I get a Clefable, and the artist you commissioned gets money. Everyone wins. Clefairy, I swear to God, I'll destroy you. Stop it. Why you gotta do this? You son of... I didn't even throw it even a little correctly. What the hell, man? Okay, I barely hit it. Somebody it was... What's... How do I... No. No. I think I pressed it. Oh! Nope. Somebody told me once upon a time that one of these buttons will, like, recalibrate. Nope. Come on. Nope. Please. No. Oh, that was beautiful. It took so many balls. Boy, am I glad I never played these games, because, oh mama, this catching system looks terrible. I believe this is a direct result of Pokemon Go getting popular and them going, shit! Shoehorn that mechanic into this game. People like Pokemon Go, so the next Pokemon game has to be vaguely like Pokemon Go, so they might give it a try and they're not gonna be like, oh, this is an RPG, that's gross. I'm a 35-year-old woman who decided to pick this up during my 12-year-old son's soccer practice. Now that I'm trying to play a real Pokemon game, it's like, this is weird to me. I don't know what an RPG is. By trying to gather the widest audience, they successfully gathered less of an audience. I like to build a community around people who are supportive of my Pokemon fan fiction. It's a collab of Pokemon X pretty much everything. Nice. Everybody who could be interested, please go check out protagonist Jalen's Pokemon fan fiction. I won't, because I can't read. A lot of people think fan fiction's cringe, but it's like, if you are so passionate about something that you're like I love creative writing. If fanfiction is your gateway into creative writing, then by all means, dude, write fanfiction. God bless. I circled around you like 3 times, dude. Did I? How did I manage to avoid your line of sight? That's a nostalgic R right there. That looks like something straight out of a 90s anime. God, that was fucking awesome. Can I see that again? Team Rocket Grunt, can you take a few steps back and then re-enter my line of sight so I can see that again? Alright. Kill. You don't read it, you watch it? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. So it's like I always thought that if I ever did a comic, it would be really cool to do like a motion comic. So it's like a motion comic? That's pretty cool, dude. Man, I draw my own thumbnails for my videos most of the time. There's so many I gotta leave. I gotta go. Sometimes I do just use a stupid dumpy picture I found online, but when I do that, I try to make it the kind of picture that's like, I don't want to use other people's art without their permission, but in the case of, like, a while ago when I played Marvel Rivals just for shits and giggles, like, my friend found a random child drawing of Hulk, and it's like, that's okay. I don't think anyone in 20 years is gonna go, hey, you used my drawing of Hulk from when I was, like, 6. Where's my credit? Give me the Zubat. Yes, that's gotta catch. But I try to avoid, like, actually drawn art, and then do my own art, and then sometimes I do dumpy screenshots, and if, like, I'm not a real artist, so, like, I trace stuff, I'll say it, I'll admit it. Get your pitchforks. I trace stuff, but when I trace it, I try to make sure it's, like, official art from a big company. And I also don't trace it completely, it's just, like, I have aphantasias, so, you know. I guess I'll get rid of an old move. Fuck double team. If it don't do damage, I don't care. I am an ape. I understand it do damage. But I commend anyone that would actually draw. Especially an entire comic. Good on you. Kakuna is evolving into the best Pokemon? That's not true. I couldn't choose a favorite Pokemon if you put a gun to my head. I actually feel happy if someone uses my art because it shows I'm talented. I mean, you don't know what an artist wants unless you ask them, and I don't have every single artist who has ever put something that would show up in Google Images on speed dial. The last stream was so funny that I decided to start creating a supercut of it, then I gave up on early on. I am so honored to hear that you even considered it. Oh, that tickles me greatly. I'm not very good at showing emotion, much less you can't see me, and my voice doesn't really express much emotion either, but that, probably would have some sort of warm, fuzzy feeling in my chest if I still had a soul. Why is there a Zubat? Oh, because I caught the Zubat, and the act of catching the Zubat is what leveled up my Kakuna into a Beedrill. Duh. Hello, ma'am. Are you aware that you are facing the wrong way? Hello, ma'am. Are you Hello, ma'am. Are you Ma'am. Ma'am, please. Ma'am, please. The worst she can do is say no. Remember that, chat. The worst she can do is say no. That's not the worst she can do at all. If it shows up on Google, then it's called public access. And to a degree, you're right. I'm left with 3 minutes of edited footage staring at me in disappointment. Here's the greatest advice I can ever give you as somebody who struggles with ADHD and like committing to any one project for long enough to actually finish it. Just publish it. You know what I mean? Like that 3 minutes is done. And it might only be like the first 30 minutes of the stream, if even. If you publish it, then you can say you finished that much at least. For my first and only video that I've edited so far, I spent over a year editing it. And that's just a lot of procrastination, I'll be honest. My ADHD just going, no, the very idea of working on this video at all causes me extreme mental anguish. I'd rather fuck around for like a month. That's the reason my second video isn't done. I'm about halfway done through editing that, and it's like the idea of finishing it, it hurts. That's why I'm trying real hard to work with my doctor to try and get some sort of medication or something that could work for me. Still working on that. But treating tasks like side quests helps me out a lot. Yeah, I've heard people. I've heard that a good thing that could work for people with ADHD is to gamify their tasks. My problem is I would have to be the one to set up that game, and then I would get halfway done through setting it up and be like, I'm bored. I want a big Clefable, please. Clefairy. Well, Clefable's bigger Clefairy. So if I were to level up, super big. Oh wow, God, I wasn't even aiming that direction at all. Yes! I'm getting way too excited about actually... You fucking... I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna catch you and leave you in the PC forever. Why you go that way? Ugh. That was a great throw, but bad circle. Don't forget to find a moonstone in there. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've played Pokemon Leaf Green. I don't know shit about the things you're supposed to do in this game to, like, play it correctly, quote-unquote. Had no idea there was a moonstone in here. Which is funny, because I think this is literally called, like, the Moon Cave or something. So, like, you would think I would know, but, you know. My brain only has, like, 16 kilobytes of RAM. And... you know, for some reason, I just can't clear my cache of, like, random inane shit that I don't need to be storing in there, but I just got it. I'll keep an eye out. Versus a whole PS5 controller just to look cool when I play games on an emulator. Don't call me out. Except with a PS4 controller. Metapod learned Harden! Yes! Best move in the game on the best Pokemon. Alright, moving on. Hello, James. If that is your real name. One of my favorite things I've ever done for my ungrateful sister is, I purchased 2 PS4 controllers, actually. And the second one, I custom painted her favorite colors. And the last time I was at her place, it was literally sitting on a shelf high up where her tiny ass definitely can't even reach it or probably can't even see it, with a layer of dust on it. Goddamn ungrateful sons of bitches. For the unfinished video in the Discord server if you're interested. Alright, thank you for your informal application to be my editor. I'm desperate, please. No, I'll finish editing my own video one of these days. I want to get back on the horse when it comes to streaming first. I still got a little while until my next doctor's appointment to get my newest ADHD medication sorted out. I'm just gonna take it easy for the next while and just try and stream a little more consistently than I have in months prior. And when I say months prior, I literally mean like once a month. The bad track record. I have an excuse for why I didn't stream for the past 6 days though, okay? Like I said, 4th of July is coming up. I was like, there's gonna be a million explosions while I'm trying to stream at my usual time because I like to stream at night. And that's also when people like to do fireworks the most because the big flashy ones you see a lot better in the night. So I was like, I'm not gonna stream. The day before the 4th comes and passes. There's like barely any fireworks. I was like, shit. Well, there's gonna be so many fireworks tomorrow. The 4th of July comes. There was more. But even probably that day could have been okay. I was like, alright. Maybe people, like, went to relatives' places for the 4th, and maybe they're gonna come back, and on the 5th, they'll set off fireworks at their own house. Not many fireworks on the 5th either. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stream tomorrow. And then tomorrow came and I got sick. Yeah. Gold Jolteon. Kill the rock. Use a fighting type move. Kick his ass. He is dead now. He's not dead. Close. I don't tell stories very often. Maybe since 4th of July wasn't that long ago, I say 5 days after the 4th of July. Maybe I should tell you guys some of my bad experiences with fireworks. Because let me tell you, I feel like every year something has to... I used to love the 4th of July when I was a kid, man. I used to love it. I loved that shit. Explosions? Getting the little paper tanks that shoot sparklers and stuff and making them fight each other and then they like catch on fire. It's awesome. I loved fireworks as a kid. But it's like my track record with fireworks is so bad. Every year something would go wrong. Every 4th of July something. And this year's 4th of July wasn't an exception. This year, I lit one firework on the day of the 4th. My father and I both got a giant smoke ball each. He got a black one, I got a pink one. Because I'm based like that. He's like, isn't that a girly color? And I was like, I will shove this smoke ball so far. I was like, okay, listen. Black goes with everything. Pink and black will be epic, right? And he's like, fine, whatever, I don't care. I'm just giving you shit. I'm like, alright, fine, cool, pink smoke ball time. And, he lit his first. I thought at first we'd do them at the same time, but it was kind of windy. And, you know, they would mix too much, and black is a lot stronger than the pink, so it would just kind of be like a weird gray. So I was like, he lit his first, and we watched the black smoke, and it was like, yay. And he was like moving his hand through the smoke, just like, you know, trying to move it around and have more fun. I was like, oh, that looks great. So when I light mine, I do the same thing, but then mine starts sputtering like hot firework magma. And I got a little bit of hot firework magma like on my hand. I got it on my foot because I was barefoot. I got it on my face. Just a few little droplets of hot firework magma. But like, this is bullshit. His didn't do this, and the second I go to do it, and it's the only firework I lit this year. It was fucked up. Go watch fireworks instead of lighting. I didn't even do that. Didn't even do that this year. I sat inside and I just like watched videos while sick. Pissed off that I couldn't stream even though I kind of wanted to. I didn't really want that Zubat, so I just stared him down. Who's this guy? You have plenty of Pokeballs. Give me more. I don't have enough. If you've seen me try to throw them, you would know that I need more. I'll knock against you, but man, this is a grim reminder of how tedious Mount Moon is. Bro. It doesn't help that my ADHD is like, you have to play the game or talk. You cannot do both at the same time. It's 100% devotion to one or the other. So if I want to make any insightful commentary, because like I'm streaming this game, like that's supposed to be what I'm doing. I kind of have to stop playing the game, which doesn't help. I'm also a good streamer who interacts with like the chat, so I have to like change the direction I'm looking to look at chat, and I don't want to like blindly run into a wall like this while I'm trying to read chat. So I just stop moving. And then a Zubat runs into me, and I'm like, fuck you, Zubat. I'm trying to do my own thing here. Mount Moon is pretty fucking long, though, huh? I think I vaguely remember something. There's so many Geodudes. They have professionals that light the fireworks for you while you sit outside and watch it. Also, aren't you a teenager? Bro's 26. Close, I'm 25. I know I sound like I'm a child, but that's just because puberty was a cruel mistress. My voice dropped like half an octave. And it's so good because you can play one-handed. One of the rare examples of a non-porn game you can play one-handed. Excellent. Just what I needed. Controller in one hand, pizza in the... Yeah, pizza. Pizza, yeah. Yes. Give me stun spore, please. Fuck growth. Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg for my shitty... That's just the tip of the iceberg for my shitty run-ins with fireworks. Because, like, oh, dude. When I was a kid, there's these, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, there's these fireworks that are like, they look like cartoon bombs. They're just like black plastic spheres with like crackle balls in them. I think that's what they're called. They're called like cracklers or something. Because I'm the way that I am, I liked the little plastic black balls. I was like, these are kind of neat. I don't want to blow them up. So I would take the black plastic balls apart so that I could keep the black plastic balls without blowing them up, but then still light the firework and have the fun crackle balls. And I did that, and one of the times, I don't remember the exact circumstances, but it ended up blowing up in my face. And for the rest of the night, my nose, I think it was the right side of my face, although this side doesn't really matter. One of the sides of my face was my nose, the entire nose. One of the sides of my face was numb for like the next 4 hours after it blew up in my face. And I had lost my eyebrow. Somehow, I actually did the cartoonish thing where a firework blows up in your face and you lose your eyebrows. Only one of them, but I lost it. Have I played Peak? Oh, am I glad you asked. Yes. I have no friends. My singular real-life friend that I play games with very irregularly now because he has, like, a life. So he's been busy this summer especially. But, he's not a big fan of tuber games, as he calls them. Peak, Repo, etc. I watch YouTube all the time, and you can bet your sweet bippy that I watch people play those games, but I don't have any friends other than him, and he's not interested in playing those games. But Peak is one of those games that I thought would still be fun alone, so I did buy Peak. And I have climbed the mountain. I don't know how, because every attempt afterwards I end up dying in the jungle. But there was that one attempt where I climbed the whole mountain, and I was like, hell yeah. The long answer is yes, is that, but the short answer is yes. You seem pretty cool. Do you have a Discord server? Oh, thank you. Oh, my heart. I do. It's not technically mine. It's for me, but I did not make it. The Void made it, who I don't know if they're still in chat right now, but maybe somebody could shoot you an invite? I don't know. I can try and get one together too if nobody else can, but yeah, I do. In theory, I do. In practice, I go there once in a blue moon, but maybe that'll change in the future. I'd like it to. Double kick this motherfucker. Get his ass. You get so much better multiplayer? I bet it would be, but I don't have friends. By default, I got the Lone Wolf badge, though. At no point did I have to go, oh man, in order to get this badge, I'm gonna have to climb the mountain by myself, but it's so much easier with my 20 friends. That's not even an option for me. So by climbing the mountain to the top, I got the Lone Wolf badge. It's also, like, impossible for me to get the badges for, like, you know, you die and then your friends climb the top of the mountain and leave you behind. That's impossible for me to get because I would have to... I'd have to play with friends still, but hey! Stay positive. And then another 4th of July. So we were lighting... Me and some of my cousins who are older than me, and you can bet your sweet bippy that they incited this. I was like 8. They were doing that thing that you're not supposed to do, where you light a firecracker and then you throw it. And I did that, and I go to throw it, and it, like, didn't light. Like, I went to light it, and I was about to throw it, and I was like, wait a second, this motherfucker isn't lit. And I go to light it again, and it blows up between my fingers while I'm holding it. It blows up directly between my thumb and index finger. And, like, it was kind of cartoonish because I had my fingers held together as if I was holding it. And there was a perfect circular indent between the two of them in the shape of the firecracker, but the firecracker was gone. And my fingers were numb. And I remember not lighting any more fireworks that 4th of July. I had my hand in, like... I had, like, ice on my hand, and I was like, no. I'm good. Nothing but good memories with the 4th of July. Ah, this is a beautiful moment. Just a family of misfits looking across the way. Is that another big Clefairy? Hell yeah. I don't see anybody else posting an invite link, so let me open up Discord for the first time in 4 millennia. I don't know what my friend's up to. The only time I typically open Discord is when I talk to him. Like I said, he's a busy guy with, like, way more friends than just me. He was in here for at least a couple minutes, I think, the last time I streamed. I wonder what he's up to. Alright, let's see here. How on earth could I get an invite link for this? God, I'm stupid. I don't know how Discord works. Invite people. Copy button. Okay, I think I got it. I've recently doubled my friend count from 1 to 2. This is incredible. I should probably try to catch this Clefable before they run away. No! You hit the ball right back at me, you son of a bitch. That's beautiful. Alright, let me put this in the chat and, you son of a bitch. Let me put this in the chat and, pin it. For anybody who is so inclined. Oh, I accidentally clicked on that link. Wait. Pin? Yes, I did it right. Huzzah! I did the thing and I didn't frick it up. Why are you still here? Get in the ball. Hell yeah. I'm gonna have just an absolute gangle of giant Clefables. OMG Bonesy in the chat. Where? Tell him that I think his taste in anime is basic. God, the last time I watched anime was like eons ago. Oh my god, is that a physical divot? Hold on. Yes. Oh my god. It was the greatest Pokemon game ever made. Lateral movement. Oh no, I got mugged. Why? Why? I tried to throw it straight and a little bit to the right. I tried. Oh my glob, new person in the Discord. Don't use Glob's name in vain. Do you want the universe to end? Globbergulb. It's been a while since I've seen... Been a while since I've seen Adventure Time, I don't remember. Wait, oh my glob is what? Lumpy Space Princess says. Yeah, okay. I figured it out. I figured it out in the end. Holy shit! Is that how big? And that's a small Clefable. I need the small Clefable. It's tiny. Yeah, it's me size, dude. Tiny my ass. That's literally perfect. If this doesn't catch, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave and never coming back. Yes! Yes! Any other fun stories about the 4th of July and fireworks? I mean, there's lots of little ones that I haven't, you know, when I say it's every year that something has gone wrong on the 4th of July, it is every year. It's just my memory's bad, so I don't remember some of the least noteworthy instances. All I know is that something must have happened. Like, even if it's not a firework blowing up in my face, Like, it's also pretty common that I get sick on or shortly after the 4th of July. Usually it's a stomach ache and I have to lie on the ground in between lighting fireworks. Just face down on the ground. But, you know. Ooh, this is actually a tough choice. I don't want to get rid of. Mirror move. Yeah, usually a Pokemon's going to be using a move that's not super effective against them. If anything, they're going to resist it. Oh, fuck Mirror Move. So when it comes to more interesting fireworks stories, for instances that were not my fault and the 4th of July was ruined, I have one time where my father was drunk. Bless his soul, he has since stopped drinking. I wonder why. And he was lighting the big fireworks that go boom with the sparks, you know, the classic idea of what a firework is. He was lighting a bunch of those that he had gotten, like, directly next to the house. And one of them bounced off the gutter and blew up directly next to me in my face. I did not suffer any injuries that were severe, but needless to say, I was not happy. I was like, you know, fuck this shit, I'm going inside. I don't want anything to do with this dumbass. This is another hard choice. Oh, and then there's also the time my sister's ex-boyfriend lit the side of a nearby hill on fire. But that's not me, that's not my, you know, the police came over and they're like, did you see who started this fire? And I was just like nervously being like, no, it's the 4th of July, you know, this happens. I just because I was outside doesn't mean I saw who did it. You know? Stun, poison, sleep. Acid. I'm just gonna turn this oddish into status effect. We're getting rid of acid. So yeah, needless to say, 4th of July is a great holiday. I love it. I made a fireworks AMV. An anime music video? Is it 2009 all over again? You wanna sing Cascada? Please. Metapod's evolving. B. You will stay a Metapod. Forever. Did you know I make AMVs? How would I know that? I just met you. How on earth would you know? Would I know that? What does 2009 have to do with AMVs? That's just the peak of when I probably saw the most AMVs. I'm sure they're still around. YouTube poops are like an old thing too, and it's like, you know, people still make them. Memes never truly die. They just go on hiatus, or like, they become a lot smaller. I still say wrecked. And I will not apologize for my actions. Little kids shouldn't be messing around with grown-ups? Yes. Stranger danger. Vice versa, more importantly. Okay, I want to mess with this grown-up. She's cute as hell. Hold on. This might not be so bad, actually. Winter has been a stressful year. Isn't it always? Maybe it's just because we're all getting older, but like, it does kind of feel like every year is worse than the last, but let's be honest with ourselves. When has it ever been good? Back before the advent of plumbing, people would have to, like, throw their chamber pots out their goddamn window into the street. Like, compared to then, things are better. At least in that regard. But, like, you know, it doesn't mean we don't have our own problems, and new times come with new problems. And sometimes old problems. It's great. The amount of things that can go wrong increases daily. This motherfucker just stole my health, so I'm gonna paralyze you. I'm confused. No, please. Jolteon, yes. Jolteon the goat. Get his ass. Jolteon has this. Jolteon can quick attack him. Oh, Jolteon's still confused. Fuck. Jolteon has it anyway. Fail. No. At least that did like 3 damage. Quick attack again. Snapped out of confusion. You didn't even get confused when you were confused. You were just that goated, Jolteon. You're just that goated. Beedrill grew to level 13. Beedrill, you are allowed to use Rage. Should I do what I did in the Pokemon TCG before that got obliterated and the Pokemon TCG Online was replaced with an inferior version of itself? Where I just made a deck that was just Beedrill? Harden. Harden on Beedrill. Yeah, that, I mean, Kakuna would have Harden, and then, you know, you're not gonna lose it when you level up. I've never thought about that. It feels so wrong to see Harden on a Beedrill. Honestly, just gonna have to get rid of Harden. Because I think Rage is better. I would literally have so many Beedrills in my deck. You're only allowed to have 4 cards that are the same in the Pokemon TCG, so I just maxed that shit out. Add 4 Kakuna and 4... Shit, what evolves into Kakuna? Wurmple? Well, that's like Silcoon. I min-maxed my ability to get Beedrills, and I didn't have a whole lot of good cards. Choice. I didn't have a whole lot of good cards in the Pokemon TCG Online, so... Weedle. Yeah, yeah, it's Weedle. You're right. For some reason, my brain was like, it can't be Weedle. That's like what Dustox evolves into. But like, no. The pre-evolution of Dustox is the same shit. It's Caterpie. Caterpie evolves into Metapod, and then that can evolve into either be, I'm getting my bug Pokemon confused. I'm gonna stop talking. I don't know. Fossil time. Wurmple. I agree. Wurmple. I think if you prefer the easy version, then you should play the Eevee version after you're done with Pikachu, because Eevee has more signature moves, and Eevee's final smash is cooler. Final smash, like Pokemon. Final smash. Like Smash Brothers. Funny as hell. I'm not like I said, I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, and this game and Let's Go Eevee are gonna be like the same game, so I gotta live. I got my Eevee vs Smash Bros would go hard, honestly. I got my fill of of Eevee recently by getting the Mega Bloks set where you get all the evolutions and Eevee. I know the Mega Bloks Pokemon sets, the Pokemon kind of look dumpy most of the time, but like that has its own charm. And I just figured that Mega Bloks is going to be losing their rights for Pokemon real soon, so like, I don't know, maybe it'll have some collector value down the line. I say when I opened it and built them, but you know, it could be cool. This is an electric type. I'm not using a Metapod. Metapod can tank a shot. I should do sand. This guy's like part ground. If not fully ground. Get in there. Yeah, fully ground. Get in there. So you go out of the move selection screen and shake the Joy-Con to use the finals. Is that what that icon's for? Because I know if I'm walking around and I shake it, I like do a thing where I play with the Pokemon. And then if you don't have Pikachu out, it does like, okay, it buffs the hell out of your Pokemon. Literally every stat. Oh, holy shit. I just thought that was there to be cute. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Sand attack. I don't think ground is strong against electric. I think it's just not effective. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I also don't have a move that's ground type that does damage, so I just... Scratch? I guess it's that or Poison Sting. Yeah, I'm sure eventually it'll recharge and I'll do it correctly. I'm sorry. Brought it up after I had not Pikachu out and I was like, ooh, I gotta try it. It's still there. Why is it still there? And I found out. I fucked around and found out, basically. Scratch. Get his ass. Pikachu avoided the attack. He's goated now. Power of Jolteon. Obligatory message to gain score. Yeah, you've dropped. Jalen literally just took the number 2 spot from you, Avoid. Don't crash out. That's such a weird mechanic that they added. Is there a way to get rid of that? I feel like it's distracting. Now I'm gonna keep this guy. This is just gonna have electric types. I'm gonna beat his ass. Oh, it's the weird little electric ball with the magnets. I like that people in the Pokemon community that are like, oh man, Pokemon are so like, they're so bankrupt for ideas. Like they just turn an ice cream cone into a Pokemon. What is this? It's stupid. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this metal ball with magnets and screws coming out of it. You're really out here trying to tell me that the Gen 1 designs were better when this guy exists? Cause I do like Magnemite. He's a derpy little shit, but like... Oh man, the actual literal pile of trash Pokemon ain't that bad when you consider this guy. Magnemite and a lot of the other object Pokemon are cool though. You're right, but also a lot of other Pokemon are also cool. The only Pokemon that isn't cool is Bruxish. We all know this. Every single other Pokemon has someone somewhere that's like a massive stand for them, except Bruxish. I don't make the rules, I just tell it how it is. Love Vulpix? That's based. Vulpix is very Eevee coded. Like, they gotta be siblings or something. At least. Cousins, maybe. Adorable little creature. I'm not actually doing that much damage to this Magnemite, but like the second I try to maybe Oddish, Pidgey would die instantly. I mean, an electric type on an... Maybe I can just heal Jolteon. I don't know. What do I got for potions? Do you know one who likes Bruxish a lot? Damn it! That means everybody... Every single Pokemon is accounted for with somebody who likes them. Shit! Who will we direct all of our ire towards now? I used Bruxish recently. It's very good when you use it as a fast sweeper in psychic terrain. You're saying fancy Pokemon words that I'm just like, oh goodness, this person knows Pokemon. I'm stupid. I just know that people look at Bruxish and its big stupid lips and like, ugh. I think Bruxish is funny looking. I don't got any beef with Bruxish personally. Hello Bonesy in chat. Hello 20 and me. Oh, I felt like I also had to greet two people, but there was only one person coming in. Who's on my team if I didn't already have a Primarina and a Toxapex when I play the Alola games? I feel like I should play Sun and Moon. And then they make a second Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? Yeah. Those are like straight up sequels, kind of like Black 2 and White 2, aren't they? I should play those games one of these days, because I did watch the Pokemon anime all the way through a couple years ago, just on a whim. In just like one month-long binge session where that's like the only thing I did with my free time. And at that time, the most recent season was they had just finished Sun and Moon. And I loved it. Lily is like best girl. And all the other characters from Sun and Moon were also fun. Yeah, the Scratch really ain't doing much. I'm just gonna heal. I'm gonna heal my my Jolteon some more. Discord hates Yoai? You mean me? You? Or did you mean Yowie? Those motherfuckers better not hate Yowie. No, not Switch. What's going on here? Oh, I'm clicking Pokemon and not bag. That's probably the worst that my blindness has ever been. You wanna know a fun fact that's not so fun? Yowie. I mean they hate Yowie. That's fucked up, man. I am typically more of a Yuri enjoyer, but I believe in equal opportunity. Those bastards better release the Yowie. Yowie and Yuri is based. My favorite anime is Sakura Trick. Dude, one of my favorite animes is literally called Yuru Yuri. Can you guess why? Yuru is the Japanese word for like relaxed, or like, you know, famously another anime with that word in the title is Yuru Camp, which translates to laid back camp. So it's like relaxed or laid back or casual, I guess. And then, you know, Yuri, the anime is just casual Yuri. It's a comedy anime. I love it. It's so cute. But did you ever get to experience Lego Island? I did! If you want, the stream VOD's up, but let me tell you, that one's a stinker. That one sucked. The Lego Island is okay, but I'm definitely not playing it again. I don't want to switch, because then the Pokemon I switch into will get attacked. I'm gonna go down fighting with Sandshrew. Sorry, Sandshrew. F's in the chat. Add her to my Crunchyroll watch list. Oh, hell yeah, dude. My favorite anime genres are romance, slice of life, and comedy. And that is just Like, especially if an anime has all the above. There you go. Yuru Yuri is a slice of life anime where, like, I think the first time you see a male character, and it's like a background character. It's like one of the girl's father at a dinner, and like you don't even see his face. His face isn't even on screen. It's like season 3, episode 4 is the first time you catch a glimpse of a male character in Yuru Yuri. And the whole show is straight up just all of the girls being gay. It's a comedy anime that's like slice of life, but like there's plenty of ecchi and just the girls being gay for each other, and it's great. Big fan. Beat his ass. No more funny Lego game? Sorry. Actually, you said Leog game. Maybe Leog game, but not today. Lego game, no, though. But yeah, for my personal tastes, which is moe trash, I'm fully aware. But like, I like what I like, and Yuru Yuri is goated. Have you seen Miss Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood? That shit's also great. Ammonite or Kabutops? First person I see in chat. That's what I go for. After I beat the snot out of this Zubat, and by beat the snot, I mean get in my box. Miss Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood is literally about a girl who's obsessed with dolls, finding out that one of her neighbors is a vampire, and she's like a short little pale thing that wears like Victorian era dresses because she's a vampire and she's old as hell. And she's like, holy shit, I am in love with this girl. She literally looks like a doll. And the whole anime is just like slice of life where one of the girls is a vampire and doesn't understand the modern world, and the other one is super gay for her. It's great. Fucking Pokeballs go straight, I swear to God. I know we're talking about heavily gay things right now, but for once, Pokeball, go straight. I'll have Ammonite. Why haven't I used one yet? The answer is because I always pick Squirtle. Oh, based. You know, I don't have a water type. Water types are very common, though. This guy is a tricky fucker. I hate you. I hate you and all that you stand for. Ammonite? Alright, deal. Am I wasting Pokeballs on this guy? They're both water rock? Holy shit, you're right. I never thought about that. My brain was just like, Ammonite's water and Kabuto is rock. No, they're both water rock. It's just that one presents more water and the other presents more violence. What type is your favorite type? I envy you. My favorite type is probably Fairy or Steel. And they literally declared that they're going to cancel the Fairy type from the TCG, like, not that long ago. Who say goodbye to all the pink cards. Big sad. Light screen? I didn't even realize Pikachu was the one that wanted. I mean, Jolteon is the one that wanted to use light screen. I want light screen on my fucking Jolteon? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Yeah, no. Sorry. Get out of here. Why are they canceling Fairy type? Because they're cowards. I'm also of the belief that alongside making an evolution for all of the Pokemon types that don't already have an evolution, they should just they should shut down the TCG. They should just cancel it. Straight out. Cancel the TCG. And then for like a couple months, they just print like fancy art. They do an interim run of the TCG where it's not even like cards with attacks and stuff. They just do nice little releases of art from across the TCG, and it's like unobstructed by any card stats or anything. It's just a nice little collection of art. And the reason they should do that is because then they have ample time to completely redo the TCG and make it not stupid and get rid of the scope creep. And, like, do every single Pokemon type. Because the lazy bastards are like, oh yeah, poison type Pokemon? Just put them with the psychic icon. Those fuckers got psychic type now. And it's like, just make a poison type. What is wrong with you people? Why am I rank 3? I don't know, dude. Ghost is a pretty good type. I love ghost type Pokemon. I think it's so hard for me to say. Like, there are 18 Pokemon types. So when I say, oh, my favorite types are Fairy and Steel, it's like, oh shit, you're right, Ghost. Does Ghost... I might like Ghost better than Steel, but I don't know about Fairy. It's like so confusing. It's so hard to pick. Jesse. James. I'm not allowed to talk. Like how small he is. In the anime, Meowth is like half the height of either of these full-grown adults. And now he's like barely up to Jesse's kneecap. He's so small. I love this transition, dude. This is so 1999 coded. These are all around worthless, to be honest. Straight up, dude. One of my favorite things that people do in the TCG sphere for Pokemon is when they like continue the card art. When a talented artist whips out a paintbrush and is like, I'm gonna finish this by painting over all the stuff and extend the artwork. They just need to do that, but officially, and then they need to come back with a version of the TCG that doesn't blow cheeks. Why does Meowth never fight to help Team... You're so right, Maybe he'll fight me now. Maybe I'll have to beat Meowth's ass in this fight. Maybe. Attack Beedrill. In the anime, Meowth would get down and dirty sometimes. He'd whip out his claws. Did they make him small, mute, and useless in this game? They went through the effort of putting Jesse and James in this game, but they're like, eh. We can't have Meowth with a personality. That's fricked up, man. I still also think that they should do a thing where they make like a pixel art Pokemon game again, first of all. Just in general, that would be cool. I like the 3D models as much as the next guy, but you know, if they're unwilling to put all the Pokemon in the game because it's a pain in the ass to do all the models, even though they just copy and paste the models, maybe they should go back to sprites and maybe we could have all the Pokemon in one game again. But above all, they should make a Pokemon game where you just... It would be a great excuse to have every single Pokemon game under one roof and just remade into a simpler game. And it could be open world, and the story mode could have you playing as Ash. And you just follow Ash's journey throughout all of the Pokemon game. You know? Does electricity work on Snake? We'll find out. I don't know, man. I just... Sometimes I look at what Pokemon's doing and I'm like, you guys are literally the biggest multimedia franchise in the world, and then you release a game like Pokemon Scarlet or Violet in the condition that it released in, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're just pocketing all that money. You're just printing money over there. You're not reinvesting shit. Why do you gotta be this way? Imagine being able to choose between sprites or 3D for a Pokemon game like Dragon Quest XI. I've not played Dragon Quest XI, but that sounds cool. Can you imagine if they did like they could do 2.5D like yeah, I don't know what. There was a really big thing where games are being remade in 2.5D. I don't remember any of the games. I don't remember the titles for any of the games that actually did this, but you know, the thing where they you know, it's like it's all sprite work, but they're like in a 3D space and they have dynamic shadows and shit. Imagine something like that, but for Pokemon. Like, if they wanted to go a step slightly above just old-fashioned pixel art, they could do that, but like, just do something in the style of like Diamond and Pearl, you know, that era of sprites. Just that level of complexity in like the amount of sprites they, I mean pixels they have to work with for the sprites. But like, you know, it's not that much. And they already have a lot of sprites they could just reuse. And would look just fine. Come on! What are you doing? The Switch 2 fixed Scarlet and Violet? I don't know about fixed. I've seen that it's definitely better. And that's good, but like, come on guys. Even if the Pokemon Company knew that that was coming over the horizon, like, the bad PR that comes from releasing a game for the Switch 1 still that runs that poorly, even if they knew the Switch 2 would come out soon and it would run so much better. It's like when a game on PC is developed and that game says that it's for, like, the minimum requirements. The minimum system requirements say something, and then if you were to try to actually run the game with a system like that, it's like completely unplayable. It's like, yeah, I guess it runs, but like, borderline. It's like, come on. Just because they were like, oh yeah, you know, Switch 2's coming out, we developed this game for the Switch 2, but like, we want to release it earlier because we have a quota to reach. So like, does it run on the Switch 1? Yeah? Barely? I don't care about barely. If it runs, it runs. Send it. Those fuckers will eat up anything. And the worst part is they were right. I love these animations. They're so expressive. If only they could do that for any of the more recent Pokemon games. Dragon Quest 3 looks so good in 2.5. Yeah, that's the most recent example I can think of off the top of my head. And yeah, we did not get to fight Meowth, that bitch. I think Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 were all remade in that same 2.5D style that I'm talking about. Like, imagine a Pokemon game that looks like that. Like, I don't know if Pokemon even would really look good in that kind of style. That's like a little bit of an edgy style, if you ask me. But something similar, and then you soften it up. Like, wasn't Black and White 2.5D? I could be wrong. Again, I never played Black and White, but I think I recall seeing footage of it, and it was like 2.5D. Like, come on! 1, 2 haven't released in 2.5D yet. Oh, they're gonna release later? Well, I remember seeing the footage, and the footage looked good. That was a limp-ass throw. I ain't wasting my time with this bitch. I decided, you know what? I got better things to do. Also, what do you want, Jolteon? Pokemon needs to be 3D but have sprites and be open world like Gamma Emerald. I assume that's like a Pokemon mod that I've never heard of. As such, since I've never heard of it, I'm going to tentatively say yes, I agree. Touch the tail. Touch the tail. Touch the tail. I had a fat Pikachu plush. I still have it, but it's broken. I need to whip out the sewing kit and fix a big cut on it. Well, like the classic fat Pikachu plush from like 1999 I have. And every time I see Pikachu's tail, like in a game, like right now, I just imagine like that felt tail that's like kind of thick, and I'm like, that's what this feels like. There's no other material this tail could feel like than exactly like that. I don't understand. It's not possible. Octopath! Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Octopath Traveler. Those games. That kind of style. I feel like that's a little too gritty for Pokemon, but if you just, like, cartoonify the effects a little bit more instead of having, like, realistic shadows and stuff, you know, I think that would work good for a Pokemon game. I think that would be cool. And then they wouldn't have to worry about a bunch of 3D models. They could just make the world 2.5D as well. And it would probably run better. You wouldn't have to worry about the game like being 1,000,000 gigabytes or being very hard on whatever system they're trying to get it to run on. And then you could definitely have all the Pokemon because you just, you know, I imagine that it might be easier to do a bunch of sprite work, especially when a bunch of the sprites already exist, than it would be to do 3D models and a bunch of fancy animations in 3D. Possibly, at least. I've seen Ace Sprite. Just use Ace Sprite. And I don't know if it's also Ace Sprite or a different program, but then you can just like, there's a way to turn 3D models into pixel art. Just do that. It's easy. You can put that on my gravestone. Develop a whole Pokemon game that's not garbage. That's easy. And then I feel like by making Pokemon games that aren't just incredible banger after banger, Game Freak really is just kind of dropping the ball. I'm disappointed. VR Pokemon? VR needs to become more mainstream for that to happen, which I'd love. I would love it if, maybe not exactly like something like Sword Art Online or Log Horizon, but like, you know, that kind of concept and then it doesn't go horribly wrong. Where like VR gets to the point where you can literally put on a headset and then you are just like in the game. Or even VR as it currently is and just make it a little more affordable and then like... I always envisioned VR when it became a real thing, you'd have like the gloves. Like the Nintendo Power Glove, but like... better. And 2 of them. Well, like even modern VR is plagued by having just like a glorified Wiimote as your controller. I want to do Sword Art Online, but with Pokemon? Exactly! And without the part where you get trapped. That part we can do without, but the rest of it, awesome! That would be so cool. I got an e-reader for my birthday 2 days ago. I don't know what to read on it other than Wings of Fire. Anyone get any reading suggestions? Oh, and I started reading your comment. I thought you meant like a Nintendo e-reader, and I was gonna say, do all the Animal Crossing stuff. You mean like a Kindle? I don't read, man. I can't help you. Maybe someone in chat can help you. I remember in school when I was like required to read, or else my teachers would like tar and feather me or something. I don't know. I didn't want to find out. We had like required reading days. Like 15 minutes before every class you had to read a little bit. It was fucked up. I remember for like the last 3 years while I was in high school, I was like, I'm just gonna take this magic book. It's an old ass book about like magic tricks, and I'm just gonna stare blankly into this. And my teachers thought that I was just like really good at magic tricks. They're like, this dude is fucking obsessed with magic tricks. And I was like, yeah, I could totally do a magic trick, but a lot of these involve, they're like parlor tricks, you know? Like, you'd have to, like, drill holes in the wall and then install wires. It's like, I can't do that. And like, what about this one? This one's just a card trick. I'm like, I don't have a deck of cards. And they're like, here's a deck of cards. And I'm like, I gotta go, actually. I gotta go, actually. It's... Also, I'd like to play the game with a Pro Controller and not a Wii Remote or Joy-Cons and control the camera angle with the right stick. Yeah. I wish they put... I wish more console games, especially Nintendo games, like, had options in them. Like, there's no options here for me to like, really do a whole lot. You can change the text speed, which is, like, basic RPG stuff. You know, it's like, and these aren't even percents. 0 to 5. These are like the same options that base RPG Maker games have. Have you guys ever seen an RPG Maker game? And then the basic settings menu where it's like text speed, volume, and then something else that I don't remember, and those are like the only 3 options? This is a slightly evolved version of that. Like, come on, guys. Like, imagine if there were actual graphical settings that were, like, super in-depth for, like, Scarlet and Violet. People could just be like, the game doesn't run very well, I'll lower the graphics. That might help, you know? It's like, come on. RPG Maker games didn't have a... The only RPG Maker that I'm familiar with is RPG Maker VX Ace. That's the only one I own. And I don't play a whole lot of RPG Maker games, but the few that I have, you know, they got a very basic little options menu with not a whole lot of settings. It's like, oh, you want to control the volume of the music in 10% increments and no other options? I can do that for you. This is the first time I've seen a fucking map. God, I have so much of this game still to play, and I'm so bad at progressing through it. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I should heal my Pokemon. I walked into that Pokemon Center and, like, checked my phone and left. Request 11 has like 3 option menus? Hell yeah. I feel like everything, you know, there should be a graphics, there should be a sound. Like 3 makes sense as long as that's the way it's done. Why am I checking this? I was supposed to heal my Pokemon. I just see a map and my brain's like, I have to look at the map. I want to see the map. VX Ace is my goat, but I kind of have to use MZ against my will. You make games in RPG Maker? Dude, I tried to make an RPG Maker game in Ace once, and I was like, oh man, this is too much for me. Making sprites is fun. And then I got to the point where I have to, like, actually use the logic in the game, and I'm like, oh, this is so weird. I don't like it. My dumbass barely understands Game Maker Studio 2. I downloaded Godot when I got this new computer just because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try out Godot and maybe I'll have better luck with that for making games. I haven't even launched it. I'm too scared. What is the layout of this town and why can't I go up a slight incline? I'll scrape my knees. Lots of modern console games don't even have audio settings? Yeah. I agree, it is pretty cringe. Conversely, I love it when games have like a streamer mode that like will mute copyrighted music or just replace it with something else, I guess is the better way to do that. Oh, this is a cute little store. This is a bike shop. Oh. Hello, sir. I like one of your finest bicycles. Oh. Son of a bitch. Runs directly into corner of couch. You are also a young girl who just wandered into this strange man's house and is like, wow, this is a lot of bikes that we can't do anything with. Why does this guy collect bikes? Like the most cringe thing I've heard in my life. What are you looking at, child? This box? People in the Pokemon world confuse me. Can't go up a slight incline because almost every adult figure Pokemon has died due to them. Incorrect. I watched Ash almost get fucking murderized in the Pokemon movie, and then the power of love brought him right back to life. Human beings and Pokemon are invulnerable. There's no way a slight ledge is in the... Sorry, I just got war flashbacks when it comes to slight ledges. I'm sorry. If you play the Handsome Collection version of Borderlands 2, you have to deal with the really oppressive God rays even if you don't want them. You also can't change the frame rate. Good thing I'm not playing that version of Borderlands 2 with my friend. And then the next time I end up playing that game with my friend on stream is probably going to be like 3 months from now when he actually has time. Wish I had friends, woman. This guy has a special move? Zippy Zap? Hell yeah. That's how there are almost no middle-aged adults and such. I mean, something's gotta be working, though. There's so many hot girls and boys. Maybe people just stay young and hot forever in Pokemon. Who knows? Zippy Zap. Always goes first and results in a crit. Whoa, fuck you, Quick Attack. Get out of here. Straight up upgrade. Good thing I decided to talk to the suspicious man with a whip and a lollipop in what is basically a hospital. Ma'am, you are sitting very adorably. Wanna try your Rattata for my Rattata? Yeah? Alright, which one do we give her? I like the cut of your jib. I'll give you a level 6 instead of a level 3. It's an Alolan Rattata. Oh, of course, duh. I don't like the look of the people in this Pokemon Center. Tatiana? What a fancy name. You got the fucking weird guy who looks like he's about to train a lion, but there's no lions. There's just people and rats. And then you got this suspicious guy in the corner who's just like staring at this girl. Sir. Heard about Bill? No. Who's Bill? What is he doing? Gonna wait for a bus, geezer. Do it outside. Ooh, that Bill. Why is Bill so popular all of a sudden? What's going on in this Pokemon Center? Man, please. Man, you're seriously telling me I can't make it through that space? Because I definitely can. Bro, if you're gonna look at the map, do it from a little bit closer. The people in the center are fucking weird. Leave him. Thankfully, the Steam version of Borderlands 2 went free recently for a bit. I'll have you know that that's exactly the reason that I have Borderlands 2 and that my friend and I were playing it on stream that one time, and we'll probably play it more in the future. Exactly the reason. can cheat stats. Yes. We're on 500 Poke Dollar. In pennies. Pikachu's like, hell yeah, down with capitalism. And you might not be so bad after all, Pikachu. Jolteon, I mean. Everybody's jealous of the bike guy. You should share his bikes. Instead of being an asshole. Best girl? Damn it. Try and sneak past her. Howard? Yeah! I forgot my name's Spinelli. Dude, why did you run up to me freaking out? Get a police officer outfit for you and Pikachu at any some point? I would be so cute. And Pikachu would be slightly more tolerable. Beat that bird's ass. You don't stand a chance. I am an electric rat. Zippy zap. Wait, so what happens if... it's probably a stupid question, I think. I think the answer is probably just that it uses whoever has a higher speed stat. Never mind. I was asked, if two Pokemon use, like, Quick Attack at the same time, which one goes the one with the higher speed stat? That was a dumb question. It defaults to being how it normally works. Well, lucky I don't have any fire types. You little weed plant. Kick it. Well, that's bad. Oddish resists fighting? Does poison resist fighting? Doesn't make any sense. The hell? Jolteon managed to expel the poison, so you don't have to worry. Oh, they babified my Pokemon game. Now all I have is my character looking incredibly sassy. You got bug though? Yeah. Exactly what I'm thinking. I actually looked at a Pokemon type advantage and disadvantage list before streaming. I'm an idiot though, so I closed it. If I was a smarter man, I would have left it open. And I would have, like, you know, not told you about it. And just pretended like I was really good at Pokemon. You could have hit more than twice. Why does Acid have, like, a fireball? What the hell, man? Drink shot. It's not even that bad for me to not be able to hear the game. Straight up, I had forgotten that that was a thing until this very moment. Because I ran out of things to say and sat in silence, and it was actual silence. I was like, shouldn't there be Pokemon music playing? No, I can't hear it. I couldn't figure it out. I'm stupid. Get him again. He's done. Yeah, only one of the Twin Needle. He got fricked. About to send out Eevee. I know what must be done. Oh, Eevee's so cute. Kill it. Eevee's normal type. Double kick. Quick attack. No, my weakness! What's the level disparity between never mind. No, my plan worked too good. I couldn't take note. Cause what level was that Eevee? I think I'm over leveled. I think that Eevee was like level 15. I think I'm 3 levels up on my rival right now. I'm making good progress. Metapod's evolving. No. No, you're staying in Metapod. Deal with it. Bro, you ran up to me in a panic and were like, Pokemon battle now? And I was like, bro, that's... Do you need to go to the hospital or something? Like, that's not... Oh. Look at that cursed bridge up front. Schoolgirls and fucking little boys, dude? Oh no, my worst nightmare. Every single one of them is going to stop me and throw, like... one pseudo-wudo my way, and I'm gonna kill it instantly. The Pokemon that talked? Was it Meow? Nah, they wouldn't do that. Maybe that's why Meowth doesn't talk in this game, because it would, like, literally ruin this plot line. Beat us 5 trainers and win a fabulous prize. I'm going to wipe the floor with you, Bug Catcher Kale. You have 1 Pokemon. Venonat, Venonat, Venonat. Stomp the bug. Oh, not as effective as I thought it would be. Dang. Tackle, no! My teeth. All of my teeth. All 6 of them. Just do Zippy Zap. Kill him instantly. Such a flashy move. This is what you were talking about the flashy special moves? I like them. They're pretty neat. Would be neater if I had an Eevee, though. Grumble, grumble. I can't wait to literally, as soon as I can, capture 6 Eevees and not evolve any of them, and then that's gonna be my team for the rest of the game. Your twin sister is up ahead. He gets like 1 special move for each evolution. Yeah, that's 8. 8, well, yeah, 8. 8? Yes, 8. 8! That's 8! Hello, Psyduck. You're about to have a bad time. Yep. How could you lose? You had 1 Pokemon and it was a duck. Give me your balls. Your Pokeballs. I need them for when I miss a lot. It won't be easy. Do you have 1 Pokemon? Yes. Why do people in the Pokemon world, why don't they all just have 6 Pokemon at all times? Like, what kind of dumbass is like, oh yeah, I'm a professional Pokemon trainer. I have 1 Pokemon though, when I can have up to 6. You guys trying? Answer the ground type. Double kick him, see what it does. Not bad. Not bad at all. Just do that one more time and he's done. Now would you look at that? He's done. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, youngster Joey looking ass? Timmy, I don't even care what your name is. Which means every fodder trainer had 6 Pokemon, the games would suck. I played a fan game that did something similar. It was not fun. I don't know, man. I feel like I want to tentatively say that no idea is outright a bad idea. It's just that in order for it to be a good idea, you have to execute it correctly. Like, maybe the way that you get away with that is there's much fewer battles. They have a little more thought put into them. Instead of, like, you know, 6 Pokemon that are all the same type. And then, you know, maybe the early game ones, they're just massively under-leveled for you, so you sweep them anyway. I don't know, man. All I'm saying is they really shouldn't be out here being like, oh yeah, this is the bridge full of the 5 baddest asses in the whole town. And each of them have 1 Pokemon. It's like, come on, guys. What are you doing? Murder the cat. I like how Legends Arceus did it. I haven't played Legends Arceus. I couldn't tell you. I don't know from first-hand experience. I wasn't watching. I was reading chat. What happened? Try again. Yeah, it worked this time. He's dead as hell. The thing that balanced it out as a starter was a Steel Fairy type that is, bar none, the most OP Pokemon I've ever used. I think that they need to do a mainline Pokemon game where the 3 starting Pokemon are not fire, water, and grass. They need to be... What is the other, like, trifecta? Isn't it... It's like fighting... Fighting normal and psychic is what they should do? Maybe it was fighting ghost and psychic. I don't remember. They need to do that. They have to have a different trifecta that has, like, the triangular relationship. Just to be interesting, man. They do fire, grass, and water every single game, man. And then for, like, Legends EA and Legends Arceus, they just regurgitated starters from the past, and they're, like, they're mix-matched. They're from different games. It's like, I don't know, man. Fighting Flying Rock would work too. There's multiple, is the thing. Like, they've been using fire, grass, water for every single Pokemon game for eons. And there's so many other options. These games are kind of interesting because it's like, oh, it's electric or normal type. You know? And like, Pokemon Coliseum, you got an Espeon and Umbreon. That's psychic and dark. That's interesting. But come on. Tempton did that, and that game was ass. I think it even... Resilience is dead now. I think any game that tries to just be Pokemon but better is doomed to fail because Pokemon is so big. And if there's anything I know about the Pokemon community, they like Pokemon. They can lie to you and say, oh yeah, I want a game with the exact same game mechanics as Pokemon and with brand new characters. But what they really like is, oh, I want to play a Pokemon game and I want to use my favorite Pokemon. You can't do that in a game that's not Pokemon because you can't use Pokemon. You have to make up your own shit from scratch. And if you try to make your bootleg Pokemon too close to real Pokemon, then you get in legal trouble. What they really need to do is just make a good fucking Pokemon game. And innovate for once. I haven't played Sun and Moon, but I watched the anime. And spoilers, that was kind of cool. The thing where they made it so that the main evil team wasn't really the main evil team, and it was like the big corporation. Like, I saw that twist coming from a mile away still, but like they tried. Could you imagine a Pokemon game where the real villain turns out to be the professor? I've always thought that if I somehow ever got in charge of directing a Pokemon game, I would make it so the main big bad was the professor. And they hit it really well. They'd be like, yeah, I want you to do this and this and this, and that's like 85% of the way through the game, you're like, wait, the professor wants me to do this? This is kind of shady. Is the professor not a good person? And then it's like, oh yeah, he's not. He's actually the bad guy. Like, they gotta change it up instead of, oh yes, evil team of the week. Ah yes, go through the 8 gyms and get the 8 badges. Ah yes, legendary animals on cover of box. Which one do you get? It depends on what cover of box you have. Like, what are we doing here? Every Pokemon game is like almost the exact same. Like, what's going on here? It would be so cool if there was a Pokemon game that had an option. It's like, maybe the stakes aren't that big. You know, usually a Pokemon game, the evil team is like, I want to fucking end the world. And it's like, well, obviously we can't have that. But if it was like a smaller scale thing, it's just like, hey man, you want to get in on with me with this and do some money laundering? And then like, you got a choice. And it wasn't like a joke choice where if you say yes, one of your allies comes up and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Obviously we got to stop them. It's like, no, you can just choose to be evil. They would never do that in a million years, but it would be so cool to just have like variety. Stop trying to recruit me, I'm a child. I'll kick your ass too, you grown-ass adult fuck. Gold and Silver were really going to have an imposter Professor Oak as a villain. Would have been cool, yeah! Would have been. Literally the second game in the Pokemon franchise they were going to do that. But then they're like, nah, let's do the same thing. And then they kept doing the same thing since. So it's like, come on, guys. The reason people liked Legends Arceus so much is because it was like Pokemon, but like different and good. That's also the reason people look back fondly on XD Gale of Darkness and Coliseum. Because it's Pokemon. With Pokemon mechanics. It's not a spin-off game like Pokemon Snap. But like, it's different. And weird. And unique. And fun. I would never shame anybody for enjoying the Pokemon formula. If that's what you like, that's what you like. But I'm of the opinion that like, you might enjoy the Pokemon formula and essentially playing the same game every time. Imagine how much more you'd enjoy the Pokemon games if they were different. And then saying what Pokemon game is your favorite isn't down to, oh, this evil team has the coolest grunt designs, or this game has my favorite Pokemon in it because the Pokemon from this generation were the best. It's like, oh, this game had the best story. That we get the director at the top of Goldenrod Radio Tower being impersonated by a Rocket executive who didn't even have a name or identity until Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Yeah, that sounds about right. Swift? Who am I giving this move to? I was reading chat. Sandshrew? Swift? I thought Swift was... No. Swift is a move I heavily associate with Skitty, and Skitty's a normal type. Yeah, I guess. Fuck Defense Curl. Who needs defense when you can just be a stronger attack? Am I wrong? Oh goodness, I've lost track of the time. It's already almost midnight my time. That's usually when I end stream. I don't want to just end stream in 4 minutes, especially when I'm still vibing, but we're probably gonna wind things down here, guys. Just a fair warning. I don't wanna hurt myself and go too long. If I can help it, I'd like to stream tomorrow, and I don't want to burn myself out tonight. Goodness. I didn't see who he's switching in. We're gonna keep battling. Coughing? That's fine. I just made like a perfect phone vibrating noise. Did you guys hear that? Maybe it sounds better to me because it was like in my own head, and that's how the human voice works. That's why if you hear your own voice recorded, you feel weird about it. You like don't like the sound of your own voice. It's because it's not how your voice sounds. Your voice like reverberates through your head and your skull and stuff. From my point of view, that sounded like a perfect phone vibration noise. Did you guys hear that, or was that just me? That was perfect. It'd be a shame if you guys didn't hear that. Actually check to see if my phone was ringing. Hey, you should end stream soon. Now let's get back to those reading suggestions. I can continue to recommend Yuri anime, but I cannot recommend any books. I read The Misadventures of Homer P. Fig when I was in middle school. And, you know, I was in the same school system, of course, so we were doing the required reading thing every Tuesday at the start of every class for 15 minutes, like I discussed. And yeah, that's one of the rare instances where I got a book, just any old book from the library, and I actually read it, and it was okay. I don't remember a goddamn thing about it. I think there was a blimp at one point. Like a hot air balloon, not a proper blimp. I might be misremembering that, though. I might be making shit up. So, like, I'm not the person to ask for book recommendations. Are you guys aware of what was going on here? Huh? You guys aware that you were helping recruit for the fucking Pokemon Mafia? Was you all gonna just say that? Wow. You know, the least they could have done is given you guys unique strings of text for when I talk to you after I've beaten your ass. Good to know that they couldn't even manage that. Charmander, give it to me. Char! I'm not good at raising Pokemon. You and me both, man. Up top. Sorry for my Charmander because it's not getting stronger. I want to go to a better trainer than me. Are you interested? Yes. Caught 50 Pokemon. You should catch more than that. You're gonna gatekeep that Charmander until I catch more Pokemon, aren't you, son of a bitch? I don't need more Rattatas. You evil man. Did he just say he saw my feet? You better pay for that. Also fucking weird, dude. You know, Bulbasaur in one of the houses in that town. Oh, hell yeah. When I played Pokemon Leaf Green, I picked Bulbasaur. If anyone wanted to know. Or cares. Probably don't. And you're dead as hell. Good night, Irene. In general, I like all three of the Gen 1 starters well enough. A lot of people have a hard-on for Charizard, obviously, but like... I don't know. I wanted to go big bulb. My Bulbasaur is my favorite of the trio, so based, hell yeah, brother. I like the idea of actually being able to get all three of them in this game. That sounds rad. Sounds rad as hell. 3 raspberries. Hell yeah. Wait, is it the town I just came from or the one I'm heading towards? It was the one I just came from. If it's the house with the policewoman in front of it, I can't do anything about that. Hey, chain people who were robbed? Yeah. I was robbed too, officer. You stole my heart. Alright, I'm gonna leave now. Cerulean, okay, so it is this city. I'm on the road to Viridian City. Have I been through Viridian yet? Holy shit! Onyx! Onyx, you get up there! Yeah! So nice of you to have gotten vaulted ceilings for your house, specifically for your Onyx. Is this okay? Maybe I'm a fucked up person, but like Onyx, it has to stay outside. If I was in the Pokemon world and I had an Onyx, this motherfucker's not staying. He's not in the house. It's like an outside-only dog. I always picked Squirrel, and Loki I don't know, since I like Seadra and Amistar way more than Blastoise. BF, the Kanto games never really gave me a reason to ever switch up my teams, so eh. Yeah. Oh yeah. But if it rains, Onyx will get hurt. Barn. Or keep that motherfucker in a Pokeball, I don't know, dude. Where are all the Pokemon that are in the PC? Are they just like turned into code? If that PC blue screen, are they fucking dead? I'm not a Poke Doctor, I don't know these things. Is that kind of like... So you're telling me that the weakness to water is so strong that if it rains, it'll hurt a rock-type Pokemon. Do Inklings take showers? Or can they not take showers because they would fucking die? Is it the same for rock Pokemon? Like, they drink water, I assume. I was interpreted the PC as sending them to the professor like Ash does. Yeah, me too, but like... Oh. If we assume that every 10-year-old is like the protagonist and has a million Pokemon that they catch just in their PC, that's an overrun ranch, dude. That shit's overrun. Oh, it's Diglett. Hell yeah. He's ground type. I can tell. Because he's in the ground. Plants don't like poison, despite the fact that Oddish is poison and plant. I know. Oh, I need to end stream soon. My brain thought that fucking Diglett was a plant. Diglett's just like a mole. I think my brain was like, it's a tree trunk, and then the rocks are like the dirt. I need to go to bed. Put his ass to sleep. Smash? Diglett? Diglett would go hard in Smash Brothers. Up top. What do you mean I misinterpreted your statement? What do you mean? Wait. No, you can't mean. Like Whack-A-Mole? Dude! That would go so hard. With one fell swoop, you've made me desperately want to go to an arcade where just every game is Pokemon themed. Yeah, Whack-A-Mole Diglett. What's some other games? What is a Pokemon that you could use to reskin down a clown? Would you just do just like Mr. Mime? You stay in the same family? I don't know, dude. That would go so hard, though. There's probably a million other examples that I can't be fucked to think of right now because I'm trying to play Pokemon and not be terrible at it and doing a poor job as it is, but... Think about the optics. Especially if it's like just a Japan arcade. Like, they love Pokemon over there. They love arcades. Arcades aren't dead over there like they basically are here. Doesn't come up that much, but I always kind of hated the grass poison typing because you lose the ground resistance and gain a weakness to psychic, which in Gen 1, where psychic types rule, is a big ouchie. I've never thought about it that hard. I'd have issue with it because it's like, how many poisonous plants are there really? Like, most of them aren't poisonous. I guess that doesn't stop there from being poisonous plants, but like, I don't know. Grass poison's a very common type, I'm pretty sure. Strength shot. They could do a Pokemon, and this probably exists somewhere because there's like a million different reskins for this type of arcade game, but they could do one of those arcade games where you like have the balls. It's kind of like a you know, it's got the cards in it. There's like a Wizard of Oz themed one and a SpongeBob themed one. And there's a version of it where instead of like tokens or whatever, there's like plastic balls in there. Imagine the balls are Pokeballs, and then the cards are like stylized almost like Pokemon cards, right? And then there's like... each machine is like a different region, and like having like 150 or so Pokemon for each machine so that you would collect the entire set's probably a little mental, but like... you could have like 10, 20... different Pokemon? Voltorb instead of Pokeballs? That would have been so much cooler. That one time I played one of those arcade machines, and with my card, I got one of the plastic balls from the machine. It would have been so cool if that ball looked like a Voltorb instead of just a white fucking ball, dude. I would have been so much happier about pocketing it. I'd have been like, holy shit, dude, this is better than any other prize in the machine. Just getting one of these balls. The Pokemon pinball games on the Game Boy and GBA are already more than good enough, TBH. Okay, but imagine if they remade those in real life and put them in a real arcade. Wouldn't that go fucking hard? Why don't they do that more? That would go so fucking hard, though. My local arcade, so my favorite game is Luigi's Mansion, right? This is a long story. A long story, a lot of lead up for no good reason to this statement. My favorite game is Luigi's Mansion. Okay? And I've played the original Luigi's Mansion 2 and Luigi's Mansion 3. I've 100% them. Luigi's Mansion 1 I replay every year in October. So on and so forth. But then there's like... there was one Luigi's Mansion game that I'd never played, and I thought I'd never get a chance to play it because it's an arcade game, and arcades are like dying around here. But my local arcade got one a couple years ago. It popped up. This arcade, it like rose from the ashes when every other arcade in my town was gone, and this one's like, there's an open market now, ignoring the fact that all those ones, like, you know, exploderized. There's clearly an open market now, and we can do better. And, you know, it popped up, and I went in there to check it out. I was like, it's pretty cool in here. And then, like, a month or two go by. Oh, shit, I forgot to cancel Metapod's evolution. Oh, well. That joke was stupid anyway. Butterfree. Woohoo. A few months go by, and I pop in again just to check it out. Like, I like arcades, obviously. I wish there were more classic arcades with like physical game components instead of just walking in there and there's a giant Space Invaders cabinet that I'll never play because I fucking am bad at Space Invaders. And it's a multiplayer game more than anything, and I don't have friends. Back when I was a kid, there was this big glass case with RC cars in it, and you would race the RC cars. And that was cool. And nowadays, it's just a bunch of, like, basically babified gambling. It's like just reskinned slots. And like there's no DDR anymore. I saw someone in chat say DDR. There's no DDR anymore. There's no like jumpin' jackpot. There's not even like a goddamn skee-ball machine anymore. And like, don't even get me started on like Street Fighter arcade cabinets and like, you know, classic arcade cabinets. They don't do that shit anymore at all. Not even a whisper of that kind of stuff anymore. Like, imagine if, like, they stopped being garbage. And imagine if you could go into an arcade and there could be real Pokemon pinball. And also, to get back on track of the story I was trying to tell, you know, my favorite video game is Luigi's Mansion, like I said, and there is one entrance in the Luigi's Mansion series that I thought I would never get to play. And it's an arcade version. It was made around the same time as Luigi's Mansion 2. It like reuses a bunch of Luigi's Mansion 2 assets, but it is its own experience. And I was like, I'm gonna have to play that on the rare instance where I get to go to Japan, because that's like the only place they're gonna have those. There's no Dave and Buster's near me, and even if they did, they wouldn't have shit for good games. They never do. But like, one day I pop into that arcade just to like, you know, faff about for a little bit, and they actually had it, and it was fucking great. I had a great ass time playing that arcade game. I don't remember why I'm talking about this. Point is, arcades used to be cool, and now they suck ass. They should really do more stuff, like a real-life Pokemon pinball cabinet. That shit would go so hard, and you put that in any Chuck E. Cheese, and that Chuck E. Cheese is back to life, baby. Luigi's Mansion arcade final boss looks miles harder. Yeah, on the 3DS Switch, you know, Luigi's Mansion 2, that was a fun boss in Luigi's Mansion 2. I really enjoyed playing that boss fight, but that boss fight was more of an experience than it was like a normal fight, which I think is what a good boss fight should be, because the classic Mario series boss fight formula is like you hit it 3 times and you win. And that's kind of like in the original Luigi's Mansion, you just kind of hit King Boo and slowly suck at his life points until he gets caught, and then you win. And you do like the same thing over and over again to do that. And you know, after certain thresholds of life being sapped from him, he does get new attacks, but like, the Luigi's Mansion 2 boss fight was fun because it was like an experience. And that kind of, like, there was a little bit of an experience in Luigi's Mansion 3, but I don't know, it wasn't quite my vibe. But yeah, I actually have not beat that boss fight in the arcade. One of these days I'd like to, but just the fact that I could, because I actually have that cabinet, and it's like an interesting cabinet that's just not another fucking coin pusher and card game collection fucking child casino money gambling scheme, is awesome. And we need more cool stuff. Could you... So, the original Monkey Ball was an arcade game. And then they kind of like compiled them into the Monkey Ball games for GameCube. Imagine a Monkey Ball game in arcades in the modern day with like a physical monkey in a ball in the arcade, and it's on one of those... You guys have seen the multi-axis pivoting mazes before, made out of like wood and stuff, I'm sure. Imagine one of those, but there's a little monkey fella in a ball, and it's like a physical game. It's like, come on, guys. The big companies, just like in the modern day, it's so much more economical to just make a video arcade game that's just on a screen, like you fucking crossy roads and shit, and it's like, come on, guys. Arcades used to be magical. And even when they were arcade games that were games on screens, they were like real arcade games, not just a fucking mobile game ported to a cabinet. Like, come on! Oh, come on! That's where I am with the modern arcades, at least in the goddamn good old North America. Shit sucks. And Luigi's Mansion is re-released, so they'll probably call it Luigi's Mansion 1. They did do that for Pikmin, but they already re-released Luigi's Mansion for the 3DS, and they didn't call it Luigi's Mansion 1 then. I think I'm gonna get through this weird fucking hedge maze with battles, and then we're probably gonna call the stream there. And by call the stream there, I will probably save, turn the game off, and then shoot the shit with you guys for like 5 to 10 minutes. Maybe, we'll see. But my time, we're already past midnight 15 o'clock, and it's like, when I start to get to midnight 30, I should definitely be off, so... I'm gonna try and absolutely wreck these guys as fast as possible. And, then we'll make our way to the, end of stream time. I like the new Space Invaders arcade game, but the arcade I go to frequently removed that too. Live in constant anguish. Yeah. Also called Mother 1 when they brought it to GBA with Mother 1+2, my favorite scuffed port of any game ever. Which one is Earthbound again? Is that Mother 2? I've never played Earthbound. I have it, it's on my list. If I can actually get back into streaming and do it more often and ideally finish some of the games I've already started playing before I start any new ones. Earthbound's probably going to be something I play in the near future. Earthbound is Mother 2, okay. Just checking. Mother 1 is Earthbound Beginnings, okay. And then Earthbound 3 was never released in America in any capacity, right? That's the one with Lucas. The one where people play Smash Brothers and are like, who the fuck is this kid? Who is this kid? Cough Cough Okami? Cough Cough, I did one stream of Phoenix Wright, and I was like, no. To be fair, that's a visual novel, and it's like, I don't know, man. The vibes were off, at least at the time. And I do have plenty of other games I have to finish, like Cough Cough Okami. I also was playing Monster Hunter Rise, and I need to get back to it. There is technically an ending of sorts. Or, UFO 50, but I haven't... I'm not gonna engage with the secret story mode for that game. I don't think so. I just want to play some more of the games a little more, I think. I think I've tried every game in UFO 50, but there's a lot that I did not actually get around to like playing as much as I would have liked to. I don't have to do that on stream, but I might as well do it on stream. Like, I played those games on stream already, right? So... maybe. And then there's some others, of course, too, that I'm probably not even able to think of off the top of my head. Like Pokemon, of course. I'm playing this game right now. I should probably finish this game before I start playing Earthbound 2, you know, so... I got a long, long list. If I can actually, you know, get back into streaming and do it way more frequently and, like, actually finish the games that I start... there's gonna be so many games, guys. You don't even understand. Hello, Picnicker Kelsey, in your puffy, puffy pants. Who are those things? God damn. Well, the one was supposed to come over to the west and be called Earthbound. They decided it was unnecessary since the SNES was on the horizon. So they're like, oh, we can't We can't bring Mother 1 over. It's an NES game, and the SNES is coming out soon. Meanwhile, modern day Nintendo, Tamagotchi Life, the new one, is getting released for the Switch 1 in like a year. And the Switch 2 came out last month. So it's like, you know, like, come on, guys. I don't know, Nintendo's weird with their publishing. You guys remember when they're like, oh yeah, we went through the effort of making an entire ass remake for Advance Wars 1 and 2. And then a certain world event occurred and they were like, we're gonna delay that game by a year. I was pissed. I also plan to play that game on stream at some point too, because I've only played a little bit of Advance Wars 1 on that particular version of the game. I have finished Advance Wars 1. I played it for the first time a couple years ago. But I bought Advance Wars 2 at the same time and I still have not played it. Despite having purchased the Game Boy Advance cartridge for it at that same time. And then also now owning 1+2 Reboot Camp and also not playing it yet. But I also have to do a bunch of other stuff in Reboot Camp, so just start it from the beginning and play it on stream, I guess. No, to get the item early, you could have encountered the boy from further away. Oh shit, you're right about that. My brain's like I don't think usually, but my brain is really running thin right now. That trick doesn't work in this game, sadly. Oh, do they like reset their positioning? Like they walk out to fight you, but then when the fight's over, their positioning gets reset? Damn. Yeah, that's a classic trick. And I'm pretty sure that was designed to be that way, or I guess if they would have changed it in this game, maybe it wasn't designed to be that way, but... Damn, dreams dashed. Oddish! Kill the Oddish. Kill the Oddish. Double kick? Sure. What? I remember doing that. Maybe I've finally lost it. Fabricated memories are a very real thing. They can happen in a bunch of different ways. Maybe something similar happened one time, and then you start misconstruing that occurrence with a different occurrence, and like, no, when I was at that thing, this happened. And it's like, no, it's a different time when you were at a similar thing a couple of years ago that you're confusing. Or maybe even like you had a dream. You ever have a dream and then like a couple of years go by and you get convinced that it happened for real? Fabricated memories are a real thing, man. Be careful out there. Like maybe you're thinking about doing that in one of the old games and now your brain's going, no, I've done it in this game, exactly this game, the remakes, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. But maybe you're thinking about one of the other a million remakes for Kanto. Parallel universe? Yeah. Just like Pikachu having the black thing on the end of its tail. Oh! I think this is gonna be the last fight I do, so I can do this. I went through the whole effort of preparing this. No, I'll just kill the bird immediately in one hit. I went through the effort of making this, and I've went this whole stream without even thinking about it. And I will actually follow up on what I'm talking about in a second here. Just let me like finish this up and save before I forget to. When I launched the Switch, you know, when I turned it on for this stream, it was like, oh, there's a system update. Do you want to do that right now? And I was like, no. I'll do it in a second, but like my audio's not working. I want to try and get that figured out first. It's a good thing I didn't, because I reopened Pokemon because it was suspended. Just to try and futz with my audio a little bit more. I hadn't saved. So I was like, oh shit, save? Okay, good. And then I restarted the system for that update. Like, let me just make sure that I save before I do anything else here. Because that could have been really bad. Damn, here I was hoping we would get through like 2 gyms in this game, but yeah, like someone said, Mount Moon was fucking long, and we haven't even gotten to Misty yet. God damn. I gotta save again, just in case, you know, just in case. You guys do that too, right? Or you save multiple times just in case? Yeah, everybody does. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of the stream, I think. More or less, less, because I have something for you. Let me see, where did I put it? I may have put it on PC like an idiot. I save up to 5 times. I usually do 3 times, but I decided to exercise some restraint, and I only did it twice. You're welcome. Let's see here. I had something prepared. Game. Hello. Hello, game. I had it prepared. Where is it? Huh. I straight up had it prepared. Like, I would just have to unhide it in Streamlabs. I guess I'll re-import it. New source and stay is straight up just not in here. Now I gotta find it. It's not gonna take me a million years to find it. I have it. Be handy. Here we go. All right, guys. Which one of these Pikachu plushies are you? How are you feeling right now? Feeling ugly? That's not an option, sorry. You're beautiful. So for this stream's thumbnail, I had to look through so many different weird Pokemon plushies. Most of these are bootlegs, but some of them are official. Off the top of my head, I know for a fact that that Detective Pikachu plush under sad is official. For some reason. Fucking ugly little bastard. Which one? Oh, so funny, I can't. Also funny, though. Right now, let's see here. Which one of these Pikachus do I feel like the most right now? I'm gonna go with sorry. How did I manage to get 2 people in this? 2 people? I only heard of the 1 person. Whoa. That's crazy. Did you pay them? No. I'm kidding, guys. I'll send you the money later. No, I sure didn't. Check's in the mail. Yeah, I went through the effort of compiling this image, and then I almost ended the stream without even showing it to you guys. These Pikachu plushies are so fucked up, all of them. Is any of these the Pokemon plush that I had? No. No, I think I may have used that one for the thumbnail, or I didn't use it because it was like too normal. Now we need the superior Eevee version. I don't think there's gonna be nearly as many fucked up Eevee plushes. That's the thing. Some of these are borderline Pikachu. Who's the surprised one? That's not Pikachu. Who the fuck is that? Who is that? And above him, Cthulhu? What the hell? What the hell, man? You're paying them? You gotta pay me double? Yeah, sure. 2 times 0 is 0. Outplayed. Well, I'd like to formally thank everybody for stopping by. I do plan on streaming tomorrow. If that changes, you won't hear from me, and that's how you'll know that I was wrong. And other than that, I think that's it for tonight's stream. Yes, thanks for stopping by. And don't know what we'll play tomorrow, or if I'll even stream for sure tomorrow, but I'll try not to stream for like a week again, for sure. I want to get back on the horse. And I'll leave it at that. Yep, good night, everybody. Oh shit, I usually do the thing where I end the stream in the middle of a sentence. Well, in order to do that, I have to be in the middle of a sentence that I can interrupt.